All right, glad you could join me. Welcome. I've been asked to give a little talk on my loom shuttle collection and Spirit Shuttle design, so I have a few pieces to share with you today. When I traveled in Southeast Asia for several years, I looked around for loom shuttles in the countryside, in markets and villages, and I often came by them in this form, which was just an old stick, very dirty, perhaps something in the chamber here. And what these are loom shuttles for hand weaving, for weaving textiles and fabrics by hand, where the lady would hang on to the outside of the stick and feed it across a warp or thread and create the weft as she continued to feed across. And inside here, the chamber would be the bobbin, which would hold the thread, and it would feed out a hole on the side. And often there would be signs of life, like in this case there's rat chewings, little teeth marks here. There might be puppy teeth chewings or egg casings or wasp nests, that sort of thing. This is a nice hand-tapped teak wood, quite old loom shuttle from Laos. And another dirty old loom shuttle. What I've done is restored some of these. In this case, a teakwood loom shuttle from the northwest of Thailand. So I've cleaned it up, perhaps sanded it a bit, and replaced a bobbin with a little bit of thread. In this case, there's a slot lock design, usually with a chicken feather here, where the bobbin can be easily removed and replaced as they continue their weaving. Again, a nice teakwood one. This one here is a twin chamber loom shuttle that holds two different bobbins. You can see the two different holes for the thread to feed out. Really a beautiful one, quite long, upwards of 20 inches. This one here is quite rustic, but it's a teakwood one. And what's the balance like? It's not the best balance. Usually they're very finely balanced. Does not mean that this didn't produce some very nice textiles though, depending on the weaver. Again, I think this is a hill tribe, perhaps Aka or Hmong. You can see there's a little gallery here, or some kind of hole perhaps created by a little bee or a beetle or a termite. Okay, so those are the loom shuttles in part of my shuttle collection. I've also been working on a design theme of spiritual art, mostly spiritual art, where I've been using the vintage loom shuttles to hold replica spiritual art. In this case, Sukhothai Buddha. So this shuttle is a teakwood shuttle from northern Thailand, probably 30 to 50 years old, and then this is a replica Sukhothai Buddha clay design, which is perhaps 700 years old, and this is meant to be hung on the wall or stood up perhaps. In this example, another teak loom shuttle, very nice wide chamber, nice carving here. Look at how thin the side walls are. There's a pair of Buddhas of the Lamphun style from far north Thailand, really close to Laos, the Mekong River. And this design is about 800 years old. On this one, this is probably a piece of wood, a loom shuttle that was soaked or sunk in wood for a long time. It's quite black. It might be ebony, but I think it's been just soaking in a bog or something for years and years based on these galleries and this erosion. I've put in this one a replica Lopburi Buddha, and this is more of a Khmer, or what we're familiar with as Angkor Wat, Cambodia, although at the time it was in present-day Thailand. And then I've used a small brass wire with a tiny nail as a hanger, so you can hang it on the wall. So that's the theme. As an example of the textiles produced by these shuttles, I'll just have this piece here from Laos that's been hand woven. a silk piece here. Quite nice. And then what I did is I used the loom shuttle as a hanger. So just another design variation. Because this is a rare occasion for you to visit as a guest, I have some special examples of my sort of favorite designs. Just having fun, but enjoying these very much, how they came out together. This is a very long loom shuttle, close to 2 feet long, quite rare, teak, and I set into the twin chambers a Sukhothai, very nice replica of the Sukhothai, and a very nice of the Lampoon, again, just a larger version. Again, about 700 or so years old, maybe 800 years old. And then the hanger for the wall art, which is where it is in my home. In this one, I call Life of Pi. And here we have the Buddha, the meditating Pi, and the tiger. Aha! And this is a sterling silver cedar cone, cast original, in a twin chamber teak shuttle from Laos. On a little more whimsical note, this is the one I call the Buddha Bugs, with the Bugs Bunny and the Buddha, and also the silver cedar cone, suggesting perhaps something about awakening or awareness, or just beauty. In this case, it's not spiritual art, but working with archetypes, where I have 2 bison or rooks, bulls, charging and attacking one another. Maybe it's a symbol of harmony and not conflict. In this case, of course, it would be something that might be set up horizontally or hung on the wall this way. And this is a nice, thick, chunky teak wood double chamber loom shuttle. So that's all I have to share for now, and have a chili.